Hey guys, it's Karina with Karina Loves to Plan. Welcome back to my channel, and this is technically the first pen I purchased in 2023. Technically it was purchased on December 31st my time, but purchased on January 1st Australian time. All right, let's go ahead and open this up. So this is the card that came with it. It's Pens by Casey, custom made in Australia. And I started speaking with Casey, I think just a little bit before Christmas. And he was so fun to speak with. So fun to speak with. I told him what the weather was here in Canada, minus 35 Celsius. And his weather was literally the polar opposite at 35 degrees Celsius. And he asked me if I lived in an igloo. But anyway, the point of that is it was so fun to speak to the maker of the pen because it just made this purchase that much more worthwhile. So it comes in this box and it comes with a sleeve. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Oh my goodness. It comes with its own individual pen kimono sleeve. Okay, I'm so excited for this. He showed me what the blank looked like. There were two different blanks of like the same pour, same design, and he made the first one, didn't really like it as much, and then he made this one and I loved it. And I love that he gave me the ability to choose. So this, oh wow, it is a primary manipulation one. So this is by Carolina Pen Company or Jonathan Brooks. And look at that. I'm just gonna, take you guys into all of that swirl, because these primary manipulation blanks by Jonathan Brooks of the Carolina Pen Company, you have no idea how they're gonna turn out. They're different millimeter by millimeter, and I'm just amazed. And the original blank, the first blank that Casey showed me, looked completely different, but it's the same primary manipulation. And that is what I love about these pens, is that you're gonna get like huge, like very different swirls. You've got, there is a bit of transparency in there. There is a little bit of like, it doesn't look like it's completely smooth out. It looks like you could still see the scratching, but otherwise, like, it feels good in the hand. Let's see, how many turns does it take to open? One, about 1 3/4, 1.5. Look at that. I love the mix of white in here too. Beautiful. And then look at the grip section. Absolutely stunning. And that comes with a Yovo number 6 steel nib. I did ask for a medium. Yes, there it is. It is a medium, but look at how beautiful that is. Such a colorful pen, so different from anything I currently own. And I'm just absolutely in love with that. I love turning it, and like, you don't, like, there's just so many different colors in here. Gorgeous. So I'm going to compare this to two other pens that I have in my collection. So there is it's the Classic 13 by Pens by Casey, and I will compare it to a Benu Euphoria, and then a Pelikan M605, and compare it to a TWSBI Diamond 580, and then compare it to my Sailor Pro Gear. Look at how much bigger it is compared to that Sailor Pro Gear. And then compare it to my Pilot Kakuno. Like, look at how big that is. But I also want to compare it to my most recent pen, which is also a primary manipulation, but cool tone as well. So you can see the difference, but this is a little bit larger than that most recent pen. So let's move this up a bit, so you can really see the difference. But I love the swirls in both of these pens, and how same maker, Carolina Pen Company or Jonathan Brooks. Wow, Look at that. All right, so let us compare these all unposted. And comparing those unposted, it is, so this Classic 13 is a little bit longer than the Zephyr model from Onowin Woodworks, and it looks like it's actually almost the same, if not slightly smaller than the Benu Euphoria. It's definitely bigger than the M605, but it looks actually pretty comparable to the TWSBI Diamond 580. Definitely bigger than the Pro Gear and the Pilot Kakuno. So this pen, capped, weighs 26 grams, and then uncapped, it weighs 17 grams. Now, along with the Jowo steel nib in here, you also get the standard international converter, and you can also eyedropper this pen. I don't normally eyedropper a pen, but it's nice to know that you can absolutely do so. And I'm just looking at the inside here. It just looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, what is the appeal of hand-turned pens for me? I love that I spoke to the maker of this pen, and Casey is hilarious. He is such a fantastic guy, and he was so easy to communicate with through every step of this process. And knowing that I am supporting a small business, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. And knowing that there isn't going to be any other pen that looks just like this. Oh, I absolutely love it. I love the swirls. I love that here the swirls are so tight and it looks like the blues and the greens just want to burst out, whereas here the swirls are looser and just gorgeous. Absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and do a writing sample. So I've gone ahead and inked up the pen, and how does it feel in my hand so far? Really nice and light. I actually like the slimmer model. I mean, compare it to my F3 pens. This one feels a little bulkier because there's a bigger step up here. Like the step is very big here, but if you compare it, the grip section isn't as long in the Pens by Casey, and there's a bit of a taper in this, whereas this is very straight. But yeah, you can tell the difference. There's a huge step up here and not as much of a step there, which I think the decrease in the step, so the step being a little bit less here, is actually what makes it a little bit more comfortable for me. The threads here are not at all sharp, but where I place my fingers, you can't really tell that they're there anyway, but it is a good fit in my hand. Not postable at all. I know there's some people who posting a pen is a deal breaker. For me, I don't normally post my pens unless it's a, you know, an M400 or the Pilot Prera and pocket pens. Otherwise, I don't really post my pens. So really good size in the hand so far. I really like the size of this section. So I know I already wrote it there, but this is the Smooth by Casey Classic 13, and it's the Carolina Pen Company. Primary manipulation, gosh. Oh my gosh, I cannot say primary manipulation 1, because Jonathan Brooks has so many different versions of this. He's got a warm tone, a cool tone. I have a cool tone, which I'm so happy with. And this is a steel Jowo number 6 nib, and it is a medium. I feel like a medium is so smooth, but it might just be a little bit too broad for me. So I am considering getting this ground to a medium architect or a medium cursive italic, because I don't have those sizes yet. Oh, there's Lucy. So let's do some swirlies. Such a smooth writing experience. Love that. Any line variation? You can kind of push it down, but again, it's a steel nib. You don't really want to do that. But it is a very wet writer. And the ink that I have in here is Pilot, Iroshizuku, where's the eye? Tsukio. And it is fantastic. So let's see. Beautiful. Now reverse writing, it's a Yovo nib. It's scratchy. Not meant to, but I love this so far. Love the way that it feels in my hand. It's a Yovo nib, really, really smooth Yovo nib. Medium might be a little bit too broad for me, but I do want to get that ground. And overall, just so happy with that. So my first pen of 2023 is this Pens by Casey Classic 13 in Primary Manipulation 1, and I am loving it. Loving it. Now with a small pen maker, you are going to get some imperfections, but I think that's all part of purchasing from a small maker. Knowing that this came from Australia, literally, I think he shipped it on the 3rd, January 3rd, and it arrived today, the 11th, from Australia. Absolutely amazing. I highly recommend Pens by Casey. He is well priced and just such a pleasure to work with. All right, but that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please leave me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and have a great day.